Happy 420, fuckers. How's everybody doing today? I'm a little bored today and realize I always get a little bummed this time of year, and it takes me a little bit to realize what's what. But anyway, it's definitely 420, and all that. So it was my dad's birthday. It's also Adolf's birthday that most people don't realize. So we've definitely got a happy 420 that's unhappy. So anyway, and I don't realize it. I get withdrawn and in my head and all that. Let's see here. Let's go into some of this eclipse stuff. Now, when
basketball.
Now, when I was filming it, as the once we hit totality, it wasn't nothing like what they're showing on TV, where it was just black as night and shit like that. You still had a bit of sun coming around the edge, but the eclipse started on the bottom, I guess what you'd call the southwest portion of the moon, and kind of slid up and over. Well, when it started to go away from where I was at, the first light that showed up was on the northwest side of the sun, just straight up from where it had started covering. And it should have started revealing at the same spot it started recovering. And I just watched a video from a guy that had like 9 cameras on it. And his shit, all right, it says 8 cameras. And from his, it started at the bottom corner. Or not bottom corner, it's hard to have a corner on a round object. But anyway, we're going to play his. And we will.
Downloading tons and tons of data from NASA to just look at weather models to try and pick out a specific location that would be fairly clear for the actual eclipse. Minimal clouds. So many different plans and stuff running through my head right now. I did as many like trial runs and test stuff that I could, but
through this guy.
This is gonna be really cool. So kind of drive over to the actual site. So our site ended up being Wapakeller State Park in southeast Missouri, which is this giant greenery area.
Just to let it kind of play out. I've got it playing fast and
so perfect.
We'll see if
It's 7 a.m.
we
right now. The eclipse isn't for the eclipse. Not even the partial phases start for like 5 hours. But
hit the
this is great.
spot
We get time to set up. This I got some of the things
that
started.
I'm looking
We
for.
have like 7 cameras set up.
And,
It's windy. It's so bad.
I'm not really worried about
Camera number 1,
what to say.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then got one more in the gear as well if we want to do that. But we're mostly just waiting for the sun to move a little bit now. Get ready set up. So I found a little bee buddy and we were chilling, just waiting for the eclipse to start. And I was initially a little bit worried that we weren't going to get the partial phases because there were some clouds passing in and out, and that sort of thing would mess up the brightness consistency, or at least cause a bunch of variations within our hydrogen alpha time lapses, which is a bit hard to watch for people with epilepsy. But it cleared out right before the partial started, and that worked out just
And
really
the
well.
longer I go,
So here was our beautiful full disc progression for the partial shot with our hydrogen alpha scope. Super neat, just having it come in block. We're coming up on totality. I am stressed. It's looking good from there, and the clouds are not too bad. They're coming from that way, so it's looking pretty good so far. Totality.
you see, we're coming into totality here on this thing. I see it's the complete right side, and I'm sure this is the film is reversed. But see, you can still see them out there, and I was able to see Venus and Jupiter and the fucking comet. But now watch here.
I love these pictures and videos, but there's something about the experience that they just don't communicate.
I
Because
believe
you're
it
sat
starts.
there underneath this black sun, this sun that has always been up there that you're able to look at. You shouldn't, but you're able to look at. But in the moment, you can stare at unfiltered, and it's got these tendrils of light jutting out in every direction, reaching really far, and it just looks so alien. But it's
And you can see it didn't get
horrifying and
completely
exciting
dark.
and
And
all
it
of these things
looks
all
like
at the
there's
same time.
the sun is
It
shining
feels like
back
the
behind.
moon, the earth, and the sun are all putting on this dance just for you, and it's an amazing and incredibly unique experience.
Now see, it's his starts right down there on the bottom where it starts. And that's about right. That's about the way they started covering from here. And I've got to remember that his film is probably reversed like a lot of them are.
Shadow band. Oh, you can you see it? There's shadow bands on the ground. Oh, fuck! I gotta put the filters on. Shit. Filters on. Filters on.
But
Filters on. Weird.
the longer this goes, the more evident that the Earth is flat, motherfuckers. The Earth is flat. I mean, let's discuss in reality what they call a tidal locked orbit and rotation. They say that, and the eclipse shows it all out of whack. What their claims, their scientific claims of fucking it being tidally locked, and that it's at the exact distance and fucking um, size to do a total block of the fucking sun. That's at exactly where it needs to be uh, to fit into everything just so perfectly. And I say just so much bullshit. That's what I say. Just bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Bullshit. So, in celebration of Happy 420 and Pop, and all of that. We got a big old glob right here. We're gonna do some dabba dabba do today. Some dabba 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 do. A little bit of bitty dibby 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 dabba do. Let me see. I'm gonna turn this off. There we go. Dabba dabba do. And this shit, well, kill the motherfucker's ears back. I promise you that. So, it's a little voltage, proper temperature. That will do. Get my little nail over here. Let that cool. Oh yeah. Here we go. Happy 420 motherfuckers. All right, let's see here. What else we got? See what we get here on this one. No, I ain't popping it up.
Me with booze?
What stuff sticks in the motherfucker's gizzard?
I can see it. It's going in and out of the clouds, but there are times when it does pop up and I can see that partial. Look how dark it got right there. Do you see that darkness? It just got really dark. We are close. Oh my gosh! We got it! We got it! Ah! Oh my gosh, Lauren, look out! Woo! Oh my gosh, it's just so amazing. That was incredible.
And we're into the first part of totality.
You can see up, I say,
3, 2, 1.
totality. It wasn't that dark everywhere. They done some trickery on camera trickery here.
And we have a large and spiky corona, the rare sun's atmosphere that we never see the very high temperature particles. So this is a really great view of totality.
Wow. I think we're counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, we got it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Guys, it's amazing. I just can't even describe to you how amazing it is. Oh, you can see the corona right now. So right now we're looking at the sun's outer atmosphere, and our 4 minutes and 11 seconds of totality is beginning.
The crowd is building. Here we go. Here we go.
You see, it never got that dark. That's bullshit.
Yes.
It was nothing. I was in the line of totality.
That is so
And you could
awesome.
never not see the glow of the
Look at
sun
that.
behind whatever object they
The
was using to hide it.
corona is
Because it
so
wasn't the
vivid.
fucking moon.
Venus is perfect. Oh my gosh, it's all there. And the crowd goes wild. Yes.
And that's
We
just a
did
fact.
it! We did it! And our celebratory
You didn't do nothing.
egg cream cheers totality!
We're in it. Oh, baby, we are in it right now. Look at that. Oh.
Now, that was what totality looked like.
Wow, we dropped 6 degrees since before we started going into about halfway through partial. I am blown away.
Oh, there's the
6,
diamond ring on the
5,
other side.
4, 3, 2. Well, there you go, Diamond.
All right, now that one started out right.
Wow. Oh, wow.
You see, that one went straight east to west, but it out here. Mine come in from down here,
Wow.
and then the first light to expose was up here.
I think that's the planet takes 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Diamond ring. Wow. Look at that. Okay, take your glasses off. Look at that. Wow. That's the sun and the moon right there.
They darkened that shit in.
Look at that. Look how dark it is. Okay, we see.
I mean, I'm 15 miles from Russellville,
Oh, last people.
and yeah. And Russellville, they said that the let's see what this guy is.
If you're from the US, Canada, or Mexico, you need to stop scrolling and pay attention, or you'll miss a rare solar eclipse that will only happen once this century. On April 8th, 2024, there will be a total solar eclipse visible from the North American continent. This is when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, casting this huge shadow on the surface. The path of totality will move like this across North America, from Mexico up to Canada, passing through 13 US
Anybody
states
like to
in a
join me
process.
up here? You're
The path will
welcome.
be around 115 miles
Well
wide,
done.
and totality will last for up to 4 minutes and 28 seconds. You literally get to see the mountains on the surface of the moon. These are known as Bailey's beads. You can even see the corona around the sun shooting out in all different directions. But you need to be safe. Beforehand, you must be wearing certified eclipse glasses to protect your eyes. So subscribe so you never miss important space events like this in the future. If you're
Bullshit. Now, this right here might give a good example. Why,
We've been doing this for billions of years. We got this. We just have to
No,
get in alignment,
you notice
get in our
how-
positions, and then we've got this. We'll have a total solar eclipse.
now just look that little bit of that girl walking around. She keeps facing the earth there. All right. Well, they claim that the moon rotates, but it rotates at the same at a speed and direction that it always has the same face pointed at the earth. That never changes. Well, for one, if that's the case, then how can it reflect light at night if it's got its back to the moon? Strike one. Strike two, to maintain the same face pointed at the earth at all times, the moon cannot rotate in a circular like a basketball spinning on your finger. It can't. It can't. Think about it. Because if you spin one ball, and then you got another ball that's facing that ball that goes around the spinning ball, but the same face faces it all the time. If you spin that ball half a degree in any direction, you change the face that is looking.
Come on, you guys. It's about to start.
And then, and I hadn't completely checked this guy's number. I was watching one yesterday where that guy talks about the odds of the tidal lock rotation of the moon. That you would literally have the chance of winning the mega lottery every day for the rest of your life, then the odds of that being so, and that the sun being a certain size and certain mile away, that the moon happens instantly, even though it's a quarter of the size, the distance and relative position and so forth and so on. But the odds of all of that fitting into place are impossible. And he was kind of really going after Christians because most Christians believe that the earth is round, and the Bible tells you it's flat. It says you go to all four corners. You ever seen any corners on a, you know? And he also said there's a firmament above and one below. And the firmament is to separate us from heaven. So, anyway, there's flat.
See, now that's what I was talking about.
Wow.
Yes. We've been doing.
And I know motherfuckers think I'm a little bit, nutty. What's up, my sweetness? How you doing, doll? Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate you. But the longer I go, the more I'm of a mind that, just like here on airplanes. Let me go back and see if, let me scroll through here and see if we got any decent ones. We'll play this one and see what we get.
Most traditional buy now, pay later options have 4 fixed payments.
That's pretty cool. Didn't know that. But no, it was my dad's birthday. And we've been gone for a few years here. I don't ever mark it down or nothing else. But I do know I kind of get in a funk every year about this time, a little bit, bummed out and whatnot. But you want me to tell you a weirder one? Guess who else's birthday today? He's famous by both his first and last name. He's just as famous from the amount of people that he affected in this world. And he is also he's just He's famous for doing the opposite of this right here. He was Man of the Year. Was it 1 or 2 years before one of the greatest, well, not one of the, what I consider to be the greatest travesty to mankind, period. And his initials are AH. AH. And I know the kit is backwards in this. They come off backwards. 424, 21, and we lost him the 7th of May, 2004. God damn that, it's been 20 years. Jesus. I guess I kind of stopped counting about 13. Man alive. Don't seem like it's been that long ago, but it was a lifetime ago, that's for sure. So anyway, I'll put this one back up. We'll see if this video goes. I'll mute all the music. I'm more looking at the way it comes across, when it comes in down in the bottom or up in the top. That's odd. Fucking comments are backwards up there. That's weird. But anyway, I'm more interested in seeing the footage of how people captured it from, other vantage points. Because the first thing I noticed, like I said, is I'm facing south to watch it. Whatever object that is not the moon that they use to block out the sun come in from what you would say would be the southwest of the moon, moving from the southwest to the northeast, which for one is completely backwards for the moon, and its place in this reality, as they tell us. And pretty much here, the moon had disappeared for 3.5 days. It disappeared. The last time I seen it was the night or the morning of the eclipse. I want to say 2:30, if my memory serves me correct. And experience. And I did not see it again until 2 or 3 days afterwards. And at dusk, at dark, it was already way off to the west. I mean, it wasn't visible to me, 2.5, 3 hours at best. Now, we did have some of the best, darkest nights after the fact. But anyway, it don't, an eclipse don't work in a globe. Airplanes, that's what I was looking at. All right, and I see the way this eclipse is moving to me is from the southeast to the northwest. But if it does like a lot of them does, it's reversed, so it was actually from the southwest to the northeast. But you can see it kind of creeping up there. But see, when it popped out for me, when the light come back, like I said, it started at the southwest and appeared to be moving northeast. And then all of a sudden, it's like once it got covered, instead of continuing northeast, it just started straight east. Because the first light I got, the first visibility of the sun, was on the northwest when it come in from the southwest. So once it totally covered, actually it had to start moving. According to what I've seen, it went up into place, hit the mark, and then nearly like it hit a wall and started in the opposite direction of whence it came, not continuing along the same trajectory. But either way, the moon was not visible at all that day. And more than once, I've seen the fucking moon and the sun in the sky at the same time. So, I'm going to go back over here. I think I was talking through it. Well, maybe I didn't. Yeah, and see how dark. They might already have a filter on this camera. I didn't use a filter. Well, if I did, it was a welding hood. Yeah. The damn sure didn't get that dark. They say that's Niagara Falls. And see, it didn't get nowhere near that dark. Right there where that one's breaking out, for one, that's from relative perspective, that would be the west side to me. Well, it come from down in here. When mine started in, the coverage started down here, and it moved in that path until it got here, and then the way the light come out there, because I'm down here where my light come out or started covering was right here. Where it popped out was up here, straight above where it went. But it started, the eclipse started right in this little area here, about halfway between where the light's coming out and just back to under center of where the red dot appears to be. And then see it shows it moving, and then it cut out and went to a different. It shows it where, and the way it shows that movement is a straight east to west, and that ain't the way it was moving. Which if he's in Montreal, well, technically it should have been. That was Montreal. Did Montreal get full coverage? Oh. Well, I know it's in Canada, but as far relative to the path. Hold on a minute. Got back over here. Right? Nothing new in the shadow, deal. But I'll go to Google Maps and see where Montreal be. Actually, I'll just ask Google. Was Montreal, Canada, in the path of totality for this year's eclipse?
According to CBC, for example, most of Montreal fell within the path, but Laval did not. Meanwhile, Sherbrooke was near the path center.
Okay, it says it did. So, there's that. Show me Montreal on a map. Going straight north of Vermont. Somebody sent me something. Okay, so it's way on up there. And I don't know what they got as far as, no, it wasn't that dark anywhere. 39255. So, see what this was on this device going on. Sorry, I had to respond to a message. I'm old and slow. I just anyway. Look at some of this. But yeah. They say that's a straight east to west, west to east, whatever. And I'm still want to know what they used to block out the sun. Because it wasn't the moon. I'll stick to that. I'll stick to it all. Shit's got to be flat. So, there's that. Man, I wish my Fuckers learn how to film. I hate when they do it in the fucking portrait mode. Flip that motherfucker over. Well, let's get off of this. Skip it. Let's see what we'll get into somewhere else. Okay, the planes. Radars and planes. If the Earth is round, as they say, when a plane, let's say, a plane leaves Omaha, Nebraska, headed to California. Okay. When the plane gets to 10,000 feet, that and it's flying level, keeping the ground at the same distance beneath it, relatively. Taking into consideration, mountain ranges or something like that, then, the altimeter is going to tell it, it's still going to tell it its relative height from sea level through the altimeter, but the radar and everything else, it relatively stays at 10,000 feet, give or take, without correcting or taking into account the curvature of the Earth. So if a plane is flying, even across the ocean or whatever, they cannot hit a level flying altitude if the Earth is round. They have to continue to push the nose of the plane down to maintain for the curvature of the Earth. And basically what that means is on a round Earth, you could get something up there at the edge of space, and you got a relative motion machine. Because if the Earth is curved and you're at 10,000 feet, you either fly off into space if you don't curve with the Earth. But if you keep curving with the Earth at 10,000, wouldn't you you would never actually lose any altitude. The gravity of the Earth, you'd have to continue to add for the correction, but it'd put you in orbit. So, just saying, it could, it should, maybe it would. So, well, let's just go home and see what we got on the old tuber. I'm not watching that. Oh, Theo's pretty funny. Oh, Theo's pretty funny.
Frank Lentini?
Yep, there he is.
Oh, wow.
Yep, he had 3 legs, 4 feet, 2 dicks, 16 toes.
Oh,
2
wow.
dicks?
Oh,
He
yeah.
had 2 wieners on him?
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
2 peepees.
Dude, I couldn't even. You could serve. Dude, you
I
could
doubt
serve.
that
Yeah, it's
even
almost like a damn soda fountain at that point.
Leg, dick, leg, dick, leg. Like,
Oh, you could have urine and Fanta out of the other one.
It was wild. And they both worked.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. And how did y'all know that? Did they write it down somewhere?
Yeah, well, because he was so everybody wanted to know, you know.
Right.
So like when he was traveling the freak shows, and he was really well spoken. They called him like the mayor of the freaks because he would go and speak for everybody. Like when he'd be like, you know, we want more money or we want better working conditions or whatever.
Wow.
He would be the guy that would go talk to everybody. He worked for Ring Lane, Barnum and Bailey. He worked for all the big freak shows and circuses.
Wow, Frank Lentini was born in Sicily in 1881. He was the fifth of 12 children.
Yeah, and they didn't. His parents didn't really like him that much. Gave him to his aunt. Yeah, they were kind of ashamed of him
because he had 3 legs,
Yeah,
each of different lengths. Now that's a lot to, you know, because then you're like.
Throw at your hip, like that's gotta be crazy.
Yeah, it's gotta be tough on your joints. A 4th foot that stuck out of one of his knees, 16 fingers, and an extra set of genitals. Wow, running on that spare Jenny, dude. Huh? Keep the lights on, bro. His condition was the result of a parasitic twin that was attached to his body at the base of his spine. Wow.
And it was too. They couldn't take it off because, especially back then, I'm sure that. But they definitely, it was too dangerous to try to remove.
He would go on to work with every major circus, including Barnum and Bailey. In his act, he would kick a soccer ball, ride a bike, and skate.
Yeah. He'd kick it out of his third leg, like hold the ball over a football and kick it with his
Oh,
third
he would?
leg. Yeah.
Oh, bro, that's got to be so incredible,
Right?
huh? Yeah. Imagine
running and you just kick somebody with your third leg while you're running.
Dude, imagine you could play footsie with two women under the table. You like
still have an extra leg
in different directions. Yeah, and one extra foot to tap to the music you're listening to. Dude, what a time, brother. His career spanned more than 40 years, and he came to be known as the king in the circus industry for his hard work and presence. He married and had 4 children. Wow.
Yeah, all his children came out fine.
He died of lung failure.
He
Damn.
died.
You think he got one of his legs caught in something? You know what I'm saying? Just the odds. Because every now and then I almost get one of my legs caught in something. Wow, look at that. Zoom in on one of these photos, please.
I love the one on the right where he's got like the one in the, and he's got each other foot on a stool. It's such a trip.
Yeah, it almost looks like a. No, let's go to the other one that he was talking about. Yeah, is that what you mean, the black and the leather?
Yeah.
Wow, look at those pants. Those pants have to be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. He said he would buy 2 sets of shoes and he would give his 4th shoe, the extra shoe, to a buddy that lost a leg.
Oh.
So they all went to use.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. Yeah, you just don't see that kind of stuff anymore. That's the toughest part about stuff. Wow, unbelievable. Look at that. Dude,
there he is as an old man down there.
Yeah, can we get one more picture of him? Frank Lentini. Oh. I wonder, what would it be like? Imagine you, this had to be such a flex that you cross your leg and then you cross the other one over. Bro, people must have thought you were Jordan Peterson no matter what, right? That had to be so wild. Unbelievable. What
They
else?
used a picture of him on the back of an Alice in Chains album.
Was there?
Yeah, they have a 3-legged dog on the front, and he's the 3-legged man on the back.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, it's actually their best album.
Down in a hole. Is that them?
Yeah.
I'd like to fly.
You know it.
Dude, that's so incredible. So this is a relative of yours?
Yeah, he was my dad's either great uncle or cousin. I can't remember. I tried to like really narrow it down, but it's so long.
I don't even know what those are.
Watch the NBA playoffs live on a variety of networks. With YouTube TV, try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
Hi, we're Visible. We're the wireless company with nothing to hide. Seriously. Hidden fees? We don't have them. Annual contracts? Not our thing. Great wireless on just one line? Now that's more like it. Get unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon for $25 a month. Taxes and fees included. That's right, $25 a month means $25 a month, every month. Sorry, hidden fees. We're just not that into you. Sometimes the choice is just Visible. Switch today at visible.com.
That looks like. I don't know, dude. No, that kid has longer hair than Doja Cat, I think. So people like Frank Lentini, what was that group? That group was called, what is it?
Freaks.
Freaks,
Yep.
okay.
They were the freak show.
The freak shows.
Mm-hmm.
And that was popular.
Like Doja Cat?
I don't know if it's Doja Cat, dude. That's, bro, that's fucking hilarious, dude. I don't even know what Doja Cat looks like. I don't know, dude. No, that kid has longer hair than Doja Cat, I think. So people like Frank Lentini, what was that group? That group was called, what is it?
Freaks.
Freaks,
Yep.
okay.
They were the freak show.
The freak shows.
Mm-hmm.
And that was popular. Did you ever work with that?
So occasionally the carnivals would have freak shows join up with us, but they were all, corner store freaks. They weren't really
corner.
Like we had the rip off of the Lobster Man, and I actually think he was a relative of the original Lobster Man, but he had fake gloves that he would put on to make himself have fake lobster hands.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That's not real. Dude.
No, we had a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of because they had like the freaks were like the bearded lady. I remember you would hear about. Like the 4-titted sister or whatever. They'd always have something, the Lispy Jew.
Yeah,
they always have something rolling.
The Lizard Man or something
yeah,
like
Lizard
that.
Man.
A real life mermaid was the one in a tank with like a fake suit on, acting like she was a real mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The 4-shouldered Italian. They'd have that guy.
Yeah.
The smallest horse. I met the world's smallest horse.
Oh, we used to have that too. Yep.
Yeah. Tom Thumb is the one that I met.
I don't know the name of the one I had. But yeah, he was at the fairs with the agriculture. He'd be there, pay 50 cents and get to walk up and walk around and see him.
And go in. Yeah. They had the dollar. I remember they had one dude at the fair in our town. It was like, if you gave him $1, he would tell you if you were fat or not, right?
Yeah, like guess your age or like stuff like that.
But this dude, I remember you give him $1 and he'd just call you fucking fat.
Oh, really?
And then you just, he was like a fat dollar guy or whatever.
That's
but
a kick.
I was like, what the fuck? And you just walk off. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude.
I think he was out there hustling people.
Yeah, he might not even have worked with the carnival.
Yeah,
dude,
that's a
honestly.
new one.
That guy could have been working different. Here's a couple of them right here. Well, Tom Thumb. Charles Sherwood Stratton was actually a relative of P.T. Barnum. When Barnum learned of Stratton's dwarfism, he sensed opportunity. Barnum took Stratton under his wing and taught him how to sing, dance, and impersonate famous historical figures. Wow.
Oh, there was a lobster boy.
Oh, here's Lobster Boy right here. As shocking as his appearance is, Grady Stiles' real-life story is even more shocking. Stiles' condition was known as ectrodactyly. Ectrodactyly?
I think you got it.
Ectrodactyly, which causes hands and feet to fuse into claws. Yes.
Yeah.
Stiles' family. In fact, he was the sixth generation in his family to have it. His father was already performing in the circus when Grady was born, so he entered circus life early as the Lobster Boy. Wow, huh?
Oh, that was his kid, yeah.
Pinching ass and taking names, huh, that guy. Wow, look at him. And there's a picture right there of Bearded Lady and Lobster Boy. They fell in love.
Oh, that's romantic.
A Valentine's Day love story, huh? Wow.
I wonder what their kids would come out like, huh?
Yeah.
Bearded
Wow.
lobsters.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, it would probably be something, yeah, you'd see it like one of those fancy omakase places or whatever, you know. I don't think Benihana would be running that.
It's probably not.
You know, get you a cut of freaking hair lobster, you know. It might be. Who else did they have? Let me see a few more of them. These were all the freaks, right?
Yep.
Lionel, the lion-faced man. Stephen Bibrowski in 1891, Poland. Lionel, the lion-faced man, endured a medical condition known as hypertrichosis, which is commonly associated with werewolf syndrome for reasons. In an odd twist of fate, his mother was convinced the condition was caused by her witnessing his father being mauled by a lion when she was pregnant. Still, that was a coincidence, albeit a crazy coincidence. Wow.
I haven't heard of him.
Unable to handle his appearance any longer, she put him up for adoption when he was 4 years old.
Oh, no.
He was adopted by a German entertainer who put him onto the circus circuit.
Man. See, and he made a life for himself. We need.
It's true, huh?
That way these freaks can make a living.
Yeah, they don't have, and they had, I remember, what was that thing they had, a dime? I want to think, because they almost had one in the, a dime museum. Can you look that up?
I thought you were talking about somebody that pays a dime. Dime museum and freak shows.
From the popular Coney Island amusement park in New York City, traveling circuses and exhibits that featured people with physical differences was some sort of the most prevalent attractions in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Wow. Dime museums often feature humans who were considered...
Dime museum, yeah, I'm off in the...
Yeah, because I think they had some places where you could pay a dime, I guess was the name. Almost 1840 until 1940 freak shows were at their height. Historians typically marked 1840 as the beginning of the freak show era. The museum contained many exhibits of historic artifacts and gaffs. Oh, that was the year P.T. Barnum began the American Museum, a New York City attraction that cost a dime to enter.
There it is.
The museum also housed many people who were considered to be rarities worthy of exhibition. Wow. So you'd have people included Tom Thumb,
there he is.
a person with dwarfism, the Aztec twins, albinos, and many other living curiosities. Wow. Dude, that's almost like a geek fraternity somewhere. You know?
It really is.
I mean, it's different, but it's probably similar. So did you ever cross paths with some of these guys, but it wasn't like...
Yeah, not like I said, the lobster man, a boy that was with us, I had heard, I didn't really talk that he was a relative of the actual lobster man, but he had fake claws that he would put on. And we actually had one of the last little munchkin, though, that was out there touring with us at the freak show. It was one of the dwarfs. He was one of the original munchkins, and smoking bongs with him. He'd have to stand up on a picnic table in order to like hit the bong.
Would he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, he was like 7 years old hitting the bong with us.
70?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he was that old. I was young, but I'm pretty sure he was up there.
And he was a little guy?
Yeah, he was in a munchkin from the original movie.
Wow.
From Wizard of Oz.
He was in Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
You smoked dope with the Wizard of Oz munchkin?
Munchkin.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's incredible, man.
It was pretty wild.
God dang, that's a lot. Yeah, that's crazy, man, because just to be able to get to do something like that, yeah. Wow. I'll watch that movie a bunch. Jerry Marin, that was the guy. This was one of them. Surviving adult munchkin.
Okay, when did he die? What's it say that?
2016.
Okay. Yeah, that was probably him. Because he said he was the last one.
Bring up a picture of this dude. Wow. And
he
there he is right
me
there.
though, too. I was at the con, so he could have been bullshitting me too.
Yeah, he could have been full of shit. He could have just been a little dude trying to get high.
Yeah, well, he
could have been a 7-year-old with a kind of fucking you know,
a beard
pop
on
puff.
him.
Yeah.
Somebody put a beard on him.
Look at Jerry Marin right there on Wikipedia. He's huffing. He's got a cigar on him right there. Wow.
Wow. That was fucking boring. I put y'all through that. Oh well.
I'm about to go into
federal prison.
Era of my life.
You're in federal prison.
I'm gonna be doing a lot of positive things.
HIV positive.
A lot of disruptive things.
Disrupting dudes' buttholes.
About everything. You know, I want a deeper connection
to dudes.
So I came up with this idea. I was going to get a special phone number. And I was going to be able to give it to family, my fans, everybody that's down with the movement.
The feds. The feds are going to get your phone. You got to get a new phone. The feds already got the last one.
Excellence, entrepreneurialism, getting money.
Diddy parties, drugging girls, slapping dudes' cheeks, all that.
I'm about to go into
federal prison.
Era of my life.
You're going to federal prison.
I'm going to be doing a lot of positive things.
HIV positive.
A lot of disruptive things.
Disrupting dudes' buttholes.
About everything. You know, I want a deeper connection
to dudes.
So I came up with this idea. I was gonna get a special phone number, and I was gonna be able to give it to my family.
So babe, were those felt pants?
They're fairly jeans.
Are you sure?
Yeah, huh?
I think they're felt. So babe, were those felt pants?
Yeah, no,
Hey, cute dog.
no.
Do you think
The man's kind of
Hey,
funny.
cute dog.
I bet shit even
That
in
looks
his
like you wouldn't
too.
hurt a fly.
Yeah, no, he's a sweet. Oh, Oliver, get it!
Hey, cute dog.
Do you think
Mama. Mama.
My God. How did you do that?
It's easier than it looks.
That must have been when Daddy clapped
I don't
him.
think so. Why don't you tell me what's going on?
You only get one shot.
More than one shot.
It's a weird flex, but you only get one shot.
One shot, they shot 9 times.
It's a weird flex, but
One shot. Not against him. Games. At the time. Yeah.
One of the biggest ice cream hacks at Dairy Queen is if you love the shell, just ask for it in a cup and they have to pour a ton of it on there and it fills up the cup and you get so much extra chocolate shell. If you think about it, when the cone is dipped in there, it only coats the ice cream that's on the cone. But if you pour it over top, it fills up all of that edge of the cup. I've said this before and for some reason people don't believe me, but one of the biggest ice cream hacks at Dairy Queen.
I was dancing with a girl on a dance floor.
No, you
and I got
weren't.
side punched because she had a boyfriend and I didn't know. The girl had invited me in to dance. Bang! So I've held myself up on the wall, turned round to punch the guy back, and he's missing. And I see Tristan doing this. I looked down, Tristan had laid the guy out. He got side punched by Tristan after he punched me. And that's something I instantly respected about them. I was dancing with a girl on a dance floor one night, and I got side punched because she had a boyfriend and I didn't know. The girl had invited me in to dance. Bang! So on the wall, turned round to punch the guy back, and he's missing. And I see Tristan doing this. I looked down, Tristan had laid the guy out. He got side punched by Tristan after he punched me, and that's something I instantly respected about them. I was dancing with a girl on a dance floor one night, and I got side punched because she had a boyfriend and I didn't know. The girl had invited me in to dance. Bang! So I've held myself up on the wall, turned round to punch the guy back, and he's missing. And I see Tristan doing this. I looked down, Tristan had laid the guy out. He got side punched by Tristan after he punched me.
I'm Kyle.
Dude, I had a psychiatrist when I was.
Do you know if you win?
Today, their capsule moved across the country just before sunrise, splashing into the Gulf of Mexico near the Florida Panhandle. Now, here in Arkansas, if you saw something in the sky at around 4:30 this morning, chances are you got a sight of the spacecraft. Today, their capsule moved across the country just before sunrise, splashing into the Gulf of Mexico near the Florida Panhandle. Now, here in Arkansas, if you saw something in the sky at around 4:30 this morning, chances are you caught a sight of the spacecraft.
I don't know about all that.
Stop trying mounts from.
What this is?
Oh, my grandma gave me this when she passed. So it's really monumental. It'd be like terrible if someone took this.
They can fit. Like,
No, I mean, my grandma probably wouldn't want that.
why she won't want it? She won't end racism. So
And racism? No, she was a racist.
what you with?
No, she was.
I'm racist against all people.
What this is?
Oh, my grandma gave me
shit.
this before she passed. So
Some of these motherfuckers.
Why is this man pointing an axe at this little boat? Well, this little ship has a very audacious strategy. The men on the boat pretend to be fruit merchants, so they can approach their target without arousing suspicion, because in reality, they're armed pirates who want to steal the boat's merchandise. They use this clever strategy to avoid being shot by others, but that's not enough to scam this smart man. Why is this man pointing an axe at this little boat? Well, this little ship has a very audacious strategy. The men on the boat pretend to be fruit merchants, so they can approach their target without arousing suspicion, because in reality, they're armed pirates who want to steal the boat's merchandise. They use this clever strategy to avoid...
Bradley Martin said he could beat Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse said, I'm down. They're going to have a jiu-jitsu match.
Bradley Martin has no chance.
Against 125
He has no
fighter.
chance.
Is
there a time limit?
There is not a time limit.
Then he has
sir.
no chance.
Is that right?
Zero chance.
He's going to get his back taken. And he's
Oh,
gonna
he's
get choked out.
100% going to get choked out.
Bradley Martin said he could beat Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse said, I'm down. They're going to have a jiu-jitsu match.
Bradley Martin has no chance.
Against 125
He has no
fighter.
chance.
Is
there a time limit?
There is not a time limit.
Then he has
sir.
no chance.
No chance.
Hey, my question is, what you doing at a gas station? Getting a slushy? Yeah. It looks smooth, my boy. That shit dirty as hell, though.
They're getting flashy.
Hey, my question is, what you doing at a gas station?
Getting a slushy?
Yeah. It looks smooth, my boy. That shit dirty as hell, though. Hey, my question is, what you doing at a gas station?
Getting a slushy?
Yeah. It looks smooth, my
More
boy.
other drinks today.
That shit dirty as hell, though. Hey, my question is, what you doing at a gas station?
Getting a slushy?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift always throws her guitar pick into the crowd at her concert once she's finished
Well,
performing her
girl went
songs
from
on
being
guitar.
awesome
Yet at
to a
this
whore.
particular moment, the guitar pick that Taylor hurled into the crowd ended up hitting someone, and Taylor's reaction to this realization was simply priceless. Taylor Swift always throws her guitar pick into the crowd at her concert once she's finished performing her songs on a guitar. Yet at this particular moment, the guitar pick that Taylor hurled into the crowd ended up hitting someone, and Taylor's reaction to this realization was simply priceless. Taylor Swift always throws her guitar pick into the crowd at her concert once she's finished.
How are you, sir? Were you behind me for a while? Okay, I did not see you.
No, I know.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. For your protection.
Your protection, I'm going to shoot you.
One of the questions I get asked all the time about the Orcam My Eye is, will it read computers and smartphones? Well, let's find out. Let's see how well it reads the bio on my website.
I was diagnosed in early adolescence with Stargardt's disease.
You're lucky she's here, you little prick. Naturally. You only...
I told you can't trust these.
When I was a kid, truck drivers made good money. You're always on an adventure. Cost a...
Moments of Sweet Karma, Part 1.
These are pretty
This
good.
young Florida man broke into his neighbor's house while wielding a knife and threatened to murder the old man. But he apparently had no idea that 72-year-old Frank Cordy was a former boxer, Marine, and hand-to-hand combat instructor. When the burglar lunged at him with the knife, Frank immediately put him in the hospital. On New Year's Eve in 2011, a suicide bomber planned on blowing up Moscow's Red Square with a mobile phone bomb. But her plan failed miserably when she received a spam text wishing her a Happy New Year. This caused the bomb to detonate while she was still at the safe house, and she was the only person that died. Tigers are some of the most vengeful animals on the planet and will take revenge on anyone who has wronged them. In 1997, a Russian poacher learned this the hard way when he shot a Siberian tiger and left him for dead before stealing part of his meal. The tiger later found the poacher's cabin and waited 12 hours for him to arrive back before tearing him to shreds. Moments of Sweet Karma, Part 1. This young Florida...
That's why Adam Pierce and Trip...
The World Without Men was what world?
I saw
The world without men was what world?
I saw some data series from the Department of Labor that broke down men and women and what they did in our economy to quite a granular level. I think they had taken it down, then they put it back up. I'm like, oh, they don't want people to know. So I downloaded the data set and I